This lesson is about what we call weighted mean. Basically, the question that we're asking is, are some data points more important than others? And if they are, well, then how does that affect the mean or the average? By default, all data entries just carry the same weight. But there are some times when certain data points carry more weight. They're more important. So let's say we're going to look at your checking account throughout the month of July. The first 7 days, you've got $398. The next 20 days, you have $550. And then for the last 4 days, you've got $1,047. Well, what if you want to know the average balance for your checking account during that month? Well, you can't just add those numbers together and divide by 3 because $550 represented the bulk of the month. So this is when we're going to do a weighted mean based on frequencies. Okay, so we're going to set up a chart. First thing we're going to do is list the balances. Then next to that, we can list the number of days or the frequencies when those balances were valid. Then we're going to multiply balance times days. So 398 times 7, 550 times 20, 1,047 times 4. Add all those up together. Ooh, almost $18,000. That's not what you have though. That was over the course of 31 days. So if you divide that by 31, then you can get an accurate average balance for your checking account, $579, okay? What if we don't want to do a chart every time? If you have a graphing calculator, let's do that. We'll go to Stat Edit, okay? In list 1, you're going to put your balances or your whatever your numbers are. List 2 is where you put your frequencies. Okay, so then you go to Calc, one variable stats, and list, you put list 1. Frequency list, you put list 2. Then hit calculate. Lots of numbers, but look at the top one. There we go, $579. Right, now another way to do weighted mean is with percentages. And this is something you might see in an academic setting where you have classwork, homework, tests, or whatever, all worth different things. In this case, like tests are worth the most. So let's squeeze in some scores here for you. And if this was your grade in class, let's see what the actual final percentage would be for you. There's the weight. Now, first of all, the weights now serve as your frequencies. You have to make sure that they add up to 100% before you continue. Okay, here's our chart. We'll put in the scores and then we're going to put in the weights. Okay, now notice I put the percentages in decimal form. And basically what that does is it kind of does the dividing early. And then we want to make sure that all those add up to 1, just like the percentages before added up to 100%. Now, similar to how we did balances versus days, we're going to do score times weight, okay? 95 times 0.2, 100 times 0.15, 84 times 0.45, 80 times 0.2. Add all those numbers up and we get 87.8. We're not dividing because we did that when we made the weights into a decimal form, okay? So if you want to do this in your graphing calculator, your scores would go in list 1. The frequencies, the weights, would go in list 2 as decimals, okay? All right, so that's it. Are some data points more important than others? Yeah, sometimes there are. Sometimes we have higher frequencies and sometimes we have data points with higher percentages. Thanks for being here.